I want to see if this works. Hopefully you should see my ugly face here somewhere. There I am. Oh my goodness. I'm using I want to do this to show some of the surveillance folks and see if they, to give them some examples. I talked to some people at the Crime Watch, and I made some general comments, and this is an old software that I use, and I just updated it. And essentially, I'm going to try to show you some examples to maybe tweak your surveillance cameras to maybe potentially make it a little bit better. This is my Windows 10, so this is the default. I use the Bing desktop, so that's what you see is what you get for today. Okay, I'm gonna go straight into the DVR, the video cameras and so forth, and this is the best way that I like to start. I don't like using the software, the CAN software that, and mine is Swan. This is the internet-based version. When you click into your router, and you'll notice that these are router IDs 192, 168, and so on. It's only going to work for me, and when I'm using my router. When you do this on your computer, this is not going to work. You'll probably try to download some software and it won't work, and that's that. But what I want to do is show you some examples to make your surveillance cameras even just a little bit better. Again, this is I like this. This is the internet-based version. It's faster. This is not going to be as fast as it should be because, one, if you notice on the lower right-hand side, you're seeing me in the video. So you've got the video going on from my webcam, in addition to 8 cameras that are eating up bandwidth like nobody's business. All of these 8 cameras, and I apologize for my dogs are trying to jump up. But I do apologize for my camera number 5. I do have that as a guest, and I do block that off. If anybody ever wanted to go into my cameras and see this, and I'd be more than happy. I think I even sent an instant message to if she wanted to get access. But certain people, a limited group, I'd be more than happy to give you access to do this because this is nice to see 24/7. So if I'm working from home, I'm also watching this at the same time. So if there's any issues, I can do that. So let me go to the issues that I wanted to, or the tips. One of the things that I mentioned was using if a thief wants to go in and they want to cut your cables for your DVR, I'm sorry, their surveillance cameras. I want to show you how to do this. And this is the configuration group. And earlier, and this is probably going to be slow, but event, and then this is the different possible events that you can have. And I've got, you probably have yours activated for motion, and that's that. And I'm not going to show you the details. Essentially, these little red blocks are where the motion can or will activate. And I take this in this area for this particular example. So if you know, it's away from the trees, so that if the wind is and the limbs are brushing around and so forth, you won't have too many false alarms. So that's the reason why I have that. But let me show you what I was talking about was video loss as it relates to if a thief tries to break into your cameras and cuts the line. Well, this is video loss. And all you do is you go to this, and I had not highlighted this before until just Jesse's incident, but I've activated each camera. And this is camera 1. You save this, and then on this particular scenario, you do this. Some of them you can do copy to, and you can do that. But you just go to camera 2, and again, it wasn't enabled for all of my cameras, and now it is. So you save that. It's that simple. And so that's, this is set, and mine was defaulted, I believe. When you see this in blue, that's continuous, 24/7. So you're seeing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the week. And everything is in the blue. That means that it's active. So that's the way you get the video loss activated to get it started. Then you want to click into this thing. It's called linkage method. I probably should just do this for two options, because actually 2 of them I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure they don't work. But I just clicked into normal linkage, and the normal linkage is everything. But the 2 things that I like, and it's based on that motion that you saw, but I like to make sure that this guy is active: audible warning and send email. Alert CMS software, when I did that and I activated everything and the full screen, I think you might need to have some software, additional software for that to work. If anyone knows how to do it, let me know. But at least the first 2 work. The audible warning, well, you'll get a warning, at least mine does. You'll get a warning on the DVR, and it'll just beep. I'm kind of surprised that I haven't heard any beeps already. And then I've got mine set to my Gmail address, and so the audible warning to and the send email is pretty fast. Since it's Gmail, and you guys are probably aware with Gmail, when there's a send, it's almost instantaneous. So the second that I hear a true audible, the email is probably there within about 5 to 10 seconds. So it goes really fast. By the way, I'm sure you can probably guess, but I really like this for the boat, because I can watch this online, and I can see what the ladies, my babies, my dogs are doing, and so it's really cool. So that's what that does, and I'd like to show you all everything else, but there's still some things that I have not used. Exception. I think that's exactly what it is. Like for this particular, the hard drive, if it's full, you probably don't want to activate that. So those are some other options there. And again, I haven't used that a lot, but the video loss, I would probably suggest that you do that, especially if someone wants to cut the cables. Because I'm pretty sure that this will activate that alarm, either to your DVR and as well as your email. So that's cool. And I could show you some of the details. Like one more comment, and this is the playback. Let me show you if I can do this fast, because I did this earlier and it was horrible. This is the improved version. So if you excuse me, I'm sure this is not the greatest thing in the world, but this is better than it was before. Network. Okay. To make your email active and to make that work, click into Advanced, go into Network, Advanced Settings, and go into, obviously, this shows you email, HTTPS, other HTTPS. I'm sure there's probably internet access. Potentially that's possibly where you can do those alarms. And if anybody's a network expert, that could be that when you get an alarm, that automatically will activate the monitors and so forth, and that could be it. But this is the way you set up your email. Obviously, it's different, depending on what your server is. But sender is me, Kurt Baker. Sender's address is my address. I want that to be sent to me. Swan just made some changes and so forth, and I'd like to say that I did all this and I knew what I was doing, but I didn't. Swan did make some modifications so that this would work with Gmail. So for Swan and for Gmail, these are your setups for Gmail. So your SMTP server, if you're familiar with that, that's what it is for Gmail, and the SMT port is 587 for Gmail. And my dogs are trying to jump up, and attached image. Well, maybe. And then this is your information, because your computer, the software, the internet software, is going to want to know what your email is, and the password, and so forth, and do the confirm. And so I had that. And by the way, Jesse, I'm potentially, if I could select that, and I don't think I can, but if I could select like certain locations, like just your house, it'd be nice to do a send to your email, but I don't know how to do that yet. But once you do this, put all of the details in this area. Click on test, and this is embarrassing because I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Shucks. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. So I knew. Okay. So on the lower right hand side it says testing succeeded. Okay, so I'm getting a little hoarse, and I think in general you guys get the idea. And so this is late Sunday, and I've got one day till for tomorrow to enjoy, and then I'm assuming we're all going back to work. So that's the reason why I'm doing this now. It's because I think we want to get everybody as secure as possible. Talk to you guys later. Happy New Year.